Hello, welcome in everybody. Okay. Whoops. Welcome in everybody. I'm Organic Silver Moon Designs. I'm a jewelry and a canvas artist, and we're going to be doing finishing a faux polymer gold obsidian gemstone here, which is really pretty. And we're probably going to be working on a couple of resin pieces also that were created with blue mica powder. And I think it's going to be really pretty. So let's get ready to start. Give me one moment, please. Wow. Thank you folks for your patience while I try to get this camera set up correctly. Oh, I see what I did wrong. Hold on. Sorry about that. Okay, welcome in. Hi, Will Hat. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Launch. Yay, nice to see everybody. Let's turn this camera around and see what we're going to be working on. Wow. Don't everybody die of shock. I actually did get the area a little bit cleaned up compared to what it's been. There isn't a bunch of clay all over or anything else tonight. All nice and pretty neat. And I figured out that I didn't know all this time when I had this light, folks, that it actually wasn't supposed to have that blue paper on it. It's been on it since I bought it. It's been a long time. Okay. So we were also working on this piece last week, which is the blue agate that was wire wrapped and needs a chain and needs this done. But we're going to work on this, which is the Faux Black Obsidian Onyx. And I brought out some amethyst. Everybody was saying their favorite was amethyst in the poll on my post. So I brought out some amethyst to see what we could do there. And I don't know, but my blue moon is gone that I just had here too. That is really strange. Huh. Oh, here it is. Duh. You know the word about if it had been I would have not even noticed. So how's everybody doing tonight? Happy Thanksgiving. Hey, Lana, how are you? Happy Thanksgiving, Lana. Glad to see you here. All right. Okay, so on this chain, also, just to let you know, this is the one that came from the bat wings thing and was the blue one. I want to add a clasp onto this along with some small blue beads, I think. Let's see here. And we're going to have to use a silver chain on this, folks. That isn't what I wanted. I wanted to use my copper chain, and I can't find my copper chain, and I have copper chain. So we're going to do a silver chain, and I'm going to make a clasp and a jump ring for it. How's everybody's day going? Don't forget to thumb up the live while you're in here. I see there's 5 and only 1 thumb up. Make sure you thumb up the live, folks. Like, share, subscribe. And I am so grateful you're here on this Thanksgiving Day for everyone who celebrates. All right, welcome in everybody. We're working on finishing up the, it looks like it's labradorite, folks, but I tell you, when it's under the right lighting, you can see that it's a faux golden obsidian. And it is faux, which means it's made out of polymer clay and mica powder. And we also have a blue moon we're going to work on. And this piece here I want to finish up. And I'm thinking about doing a set of the desert earrings along with two, I'll show you real quick, along with two tiger eye bees on them, which should be really pretty. The tiger eye is really pretty, and it goes really well with those stones. Sorry, I was talking away and you guys can't even see what I was talking about. It's those round stones are the desert, and then the gold ones to the left are the golden brown are tiger eye. And I have this here because it helps me get my ring size right. It's by Chainmail Joe. How's everybody doing tonight? So let's work on making a clasp for this one necklace and get that out of the way kind of, and then we can go from there and work on the one that we were originally told, which is the black golden obsidian stone. All right. And I actually found a lot of my tools too, folks. Isn't that amazing? What you can find when you clear out the junk and everything that was around. So we're going to be using my nylon pliers to kind of straighten this out. Just remember something, when you use these nylon pliers, they work harden the wire as you're doing it. So don't do it too much if you don't want it too hard. And if you need it harder, then you can use those to do that. And I'm just using some wire clippers here, which are the type that you can go down into small pieces. When I think of the name, I'll tell you guys. I'm so sorry. I know all these names. Why I do this, I don't know. Okay. So I'm going to start with making a couple of jump rings. And these are about a 2 meter. We're just going to keep wrapping around like that so that we get a row of these. I'm trying to keep it up here where you guys can see what's going on. And I just hold the bottom down here kind of a little tautly to keep it in place so it doesn't move. And we're going to try to fill this whole little bar up here. And then once we do, we're going to clip it, and we should get 3, possibly 4, maybe even 6 jump rings out of this. The advantage of making your own jump rings is that you can choose the size. Whoops, trying to keep up here in the camera for you. We're almost there. It's pretty easy with these barrel nose pliers. I have another set. This isn't my favorite because it's not the bigger ones, but I have ones that are big enough to actually make rings. So barrel nose pliers are nice, though you can use the regular round nose to do the same thing. You just have to decide where you want it on those round nose pliers. Okay, so usually what I do is just squish it down on here like that with my hand. That way it pushes it together and makes it like a tight little spring. And then we're going to take it off. And now we look like we have a little spring. And that's what our jump rings are going to be made out of. So we're going to take this. I usually go from the end where I started and pull that over, that one long piece there. And I go right, oops, the long piece, and right down the center. Yeah, sometimes you have to lean it down. I have to lean it down in order to press it so I can get the rings and it clips. pretty good. That's 3, 4, 5, 6, and we've got more to come. One of the reasons I'm making my own jump rings is the chain that I'm using is rather small. I'm just going to squeeze that down like that, and there you go. 3 more jump rings. How about that? And there's your jump rings. And we got 4, 8, well, I got 9. I didn't quite make 10. That one broke. And let me show you, the other night I was showing, are you stuffed, Lana? Me too. I ate too much. Hi, Case and Finder, welcome in. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and keep watching and keep coming back because there's more content coming, even more interesting than this. So the reason I make my own jump rings is you can see how small these are. And one of the reasons is because, like this chain, this is super strong chain, believe it or not. You could probably choke someone with it, not that I would, but the chain is so tiny that you have to get a jump ring that will fit into the chain. And that's where the complications come in. So I'm going to take my needle nose pliers here and my square ones, and we're going to open this jump ring. I'm just going to push it down a ways. You don't have to go super crazy open with it. You don't want it to be too much because then it will be hard to get it back in shape. Now, here comes the tricky part. This little teeny thing, and I'm praying this is going to fit because this is 20 gauge. I'm going to try to get that to go through there. Sorry about that. I was using 24 gauge. I think I have some 21 I just got. I'm not sure. Wow. Come on now. Get on the chain. Sorry about that. Trying to keep it where you guys can see what I'm doing. Wow. I will never, by the way, I do not recommend buying this chain, even though it's super strong and it's really pretty. It is the worst chain I've ever worked with because it's so small. Wow. Come on now. I thought for sure these jump rings would be small enough. Okay, let me try something. How did I get that one on the last time? Oh, I see. I used a piece of copper wire to attach it because it's so small. I guess, like this wire fits it, but it's copper. And it's, well, this says it's 18. I need the 24 gauge that I have, or 26. 24 gauge. So we're going to use a piece of this so I can just get that on there. And I will start looking for my silver higher up wires that I don't see here. And I really don't know where it is, to be honest with you. All right, Lana, you have number 1. So again, hi, Kason. Everybody make sure you thumb up the live and like it. And don't forget to subscribe. And we're going to cut this. Not much. I'd say this is probably about 2.5, 3 inches. And I'm going to use that to attach the jump ring again to the chain that is so tiny. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Sorry about this, folks. I'm trying to make it so you can see it, but it's so small. Trying to hold it in my hands and thread it up on this piece of wire. I'm hoping everybody's having a great Thanksgiving, and I'm glad to see you here. Me either, Lana. I have no idea why they do it. It's crazy. I guess they want to challenge you, huh? So I'm going to take this and just pinch it up with my fingers. And then I'm going to use my needle nose wire pliers. And we're just going to turn, turn, turn. And look at that. Look at that. It came right off. Oh, my Lord. Okay, I see why. This little piece here on the jump ring is not closed. So I'm going to bend that over until I get it closed. Use my bent nose pliers, and we're going to close this jump ring back together. You just move it back and forth. Usually you can hear it click once it closes. Wow. I don't normally push from the top, but this wire the way it is. All right, now I'm going to pull this down here and try to get this caught on here the way it should be. Twist it again. Once I get the jump rings on, I can make the clasp. That's the whole thing, making the clasp for this chain because it's so small. And by the way, I'm going to be using the same chain on the mixed media faux golden obsidian stone polymer clay. Because it's all I have to work with right now, and I apologize. I don't either. Lana, I do not know why they do that because it just makes it so hard. All right, so I've gotten this on here where it's going to stay. I'm going to clip this end as close as I can get it so nobody gets hurt by it. If you need to, you absolutely can file this, but I'm going to use the needle nose pliers to squish that down so that it doesn't stick anybody. I do it on the inside also. Trying to make it so you guys can see. Kind of bending that over and then squishing it in. There we go. All right, yay, so we got that. Now we have 2 jump rings, and we're going to do a clasp for one end to hook into the other. And as you can see, this jump ring is much smaller than the other end, which is really odd because, well, I had to use that too. But this is a much thicker, heavier jump ring than this one. You can see the difference in the size and the thickness and the gauge of the wires. So this is the 20 gauge on the left in the left of my hand, and in the right is like an 18 gauge parawire silver. I want to make sure that's closed. Okay, there we go. Now, we need to have, where is it? I'm going to use 18 gauge premium quality tarnish resistant parawire silver. And this wire is a lot stiffer, but it's what we're going to make our clasp out of. Okay? And I recommend pair wire because it is worth a little extra money. I noticed them, just to let everybody know, people voted, and I can't remember if it was 2 weeks ago, but I asked everybody what their favorite gemstone was, and believe it or not, amethyst won out over the labradorite and garnet. Labradorite won out. So these are real labradorite, and I'm probably going to put these, believe it or not, these are real pure, genuine labradorite, and we're going to put it on this necklace. Okay, and I'm going to use these here, which are nylon pliers, to help straighten out this. And we're going to make a clasp for our chain, which is cheaper anyway if you make your own, to be honest with you. And just as good, if not better. Okay, so I'm going to bend it here in the middle. Try to get it even if I can. There we go. And then I'm going to cut about that much off. I guess that's about 2 centimeters. And then we're going to do it there, a little less than 2 centimeters. And we're going to use the barrel nose pliers, and we're going to make a hoop in one end and a hoop in the other end, but going sort of different directions. There we go. Just like that, as if we were making a jump ring, but we're not. We're making a hoop to clip our chain, so we'll have a clip for the neck. Huh, they changed yours to pearl, Lana? From amethyst? I wonder why. Is your birthday in June or July? Because June I thought was pearl. I don't know. I'm just saying that's what I thought. Okay, so here we are. I'm going to sort of make like a S thing here and squeeze this together like this and straighten that out. We sort of have a funky S kind of thing going on here. And then we're going to bring this down like this. I'm kind of pushing it in my hands, pushing it down and back at the same time. There we go. And there is our clasp. How about that? And then we're going to make a jump ring to go through this clasp to go through the other jump ring. I know it sounds complicated because you got to, like, it's, oh my goodness, I have to do that. But it's really not that complicated. So we're going to take one of these jump rings we made, and I'm going to open it. Still using the little jump rings. I'm using my barrel nose to hold it because it was right at my hands. And my other pliers, which I've got this backwards, sorry, guys. I'm just going to pull it up like this. So we got it open. It's so small, I can barely show you guys. Okay, so that is open, extremely open. And we're going to put it through here on the end of the clasp for the necklace. Let me pull this up here. So I'm doing it. I'm putting the clasp on. If I'm facing it, it would be my right side. If I'm turned away, it would still be my right side that we're putting the clasp on. Goes just like that. And then we're going to take the needle nose. Whoops, oops, let me get this up here through here. And I've got to use my bent nose pliers with the needle nose in order to bring these together. And I kind of almost made it too wide, the jump ring. So I'm going to have to work it a little bit to get it together and push in. There we go. I think I got it. Yay. It's so small. All of it's small. This is the smallest rings I've ever had to work with and everything else. Okay. So we're going to squeeze that there. All right. So now we have the hoop in this end. Like that. And I make these fairly large because if they're on your neck, it's a lot easier to grab this than trying to grab a little teeny one. Has anybody ever struggled with those darn lobster clips? They're a nightmare. They are a nightmare. Okay, and so then we're going to bring it over here and hook it on this end. And you can just take your finger and sort of squeeze that together because the wire is soft enough. And that way you won't have to worry about it coming apart on your neck. So just squeeze it like that. And there we go. There is our clasp. Pretty neat. And then let me see if I can do this. I may have to undo it because it's, I think this is about maybe an 18, this chain, guys. But I'm not sure. So I'm going to open it back up, which you'll be able to do this with your hands once I'm through. I'm just doing it because I need to do it quick. So you guys don't have to wait so long. There we go. Then we're going to take this. I'm going to turn the camera around back on my mug. All right. Let's see here. There we go. Have I got it up high enough for you guys to see? I can't tell. There we go. So you can see my neck and stuff. And we're going to take this. And you can just hand bend this open and hand close this. And it's pretty sturdy, believe it or not. Then I'm going to put it around my neck. Oh, it goes this way, sorry. It's going backwards. It may just fall that way and there's nothing I can do. And this is really easy. I wish I could show you behind my neck how easy this is. Of course, then it falls down on me, right? I'm saying, oh, this is so easy. It is easy. I just need to be able to feel what I'm doing. Okay. Alrighty. And I'm just pinching that together. At least I thought I was. Maybe I'm not. Okay. Okay. Okay, just pinch that together. Let me take off this big bulky Buddha beads I have. I don't believe I did that again. I must have pulled it off. It will pull off easily if you don't close it tight enough. Okay. There we go. Yeah. Anyway, that's how it looks. Can everybody see that okay? Actually, I think it looks really nice. What do you guys think? I love the color. And it's not that high up, so it does hang a little lower in that, just so you know. And I like the delicate chain. I think that looks nice. It's much more pretty, more elegant. Okay. Whoops. Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you, Sherry. Happy Thanksgiving, Sherry. Why am I having a hard time seeing this on the screen? Hey, Lana and everybody, are you still here with me, guys? Don't forget to thumbs up the live. It's showing 6 in here, and I need you to thumb up the live while you're in here while it's live. So we got the blue shark tooth necklace done and on a chain, a very nice chain. And I think it looks great. And Launch, I hope you're still here too, man. I have to take a sip of my Coke, everybody. I'm dying of thirst. Okay, now we're going to work on the faux black obsidian gemstone. Which is actually a golden faux obsidian stone. Even though it may appear to look like it is under the cameras, it looks more like it's a labradorite. But I'm telling you, out of the light and a shot of this on Google, and it matched up perfect to what I did. So I'm very happy about that. And we're going to work on that chain. Mainly it's the finishing up of the chains, and I'm also going to do another set of earrings with this desert picture tree gemstones and two green jade squares with 2 taggereye beads, which are also real taggereye. Nothing here that I usually do unless I tell you it's faux. It is gemstones. It's not glass. Hey, Will Hat, are you still here? And Lana? I can't see anybody. All right, everybody be nice and play good and play fair. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone who celebrates it. Definitely a lot to be grateful for in this world when there's so much going on. All right, folks, don't forget to thumb up the live if you're in here, because it really helps with the algorithm. And we're getting ready to work on the faux black golden obsidian and make the necklace for that. And unfortunately, I've got to do the silver chain again until I can find my actual copper chain, which I have, which I think would look really pretty with that. All right, here you go, folks. And we're getting ready to put this on a chain right now. And then we will also make jump rings, use the wire, the small wire to hook them. Normally the jump rings go right into the chain, but because the chain is so small, it will not do it. Thank you so much, Sherry. I appreciate that. All right, so let's get ready to do our chain. I'm guessing this chain I have on is about an 18-inch, the one I showed you. So with this other piece, I want to do about an 18-inch, maybe 20-inch. It depends. So we're going to get the chain that we need, which all this chain is the same. It's like stainless steel silver which makes it great because it doesn't tarnish and it doesn't turn. So I'm getting the chain off right now. Pulling it out like this so I can measure it. Let me see something here. Let me see if I can use my other measuring stick is hidden. Where is my stick, chain? Aha, this. We're going to use this to measure with. Okay. Where I am, because I can about guess. I want it in inches. Oh, well, I know that's more than that. That's crazy. Hold on. 2.4 millimeter. Okay, so I'm guessing a dollar bill is 6 inches. So I'm looking at least 1.5 feet of chain here that I'm going to cut. Right on this end, we're going to cut it off right off here. Nice squeeze tight, but don't cut your fingers. Okay. Then we're going to put the chain right through the bezel here. The only thing we're going to be using jump rings for is to make the clasp to hook the necklace together. Okay, I want to see where this drops on me, and then I will. Yeah, and I'll show you guys so you can get an idea of where it's going to drop on your neck, which it's right here. Move that one out of the way. It's right here from the neck up and down. So it's about 22 inches. I think that's perfect for that stone. I don't think you want this as a choker, to be honest with you. That's just my opinion. What do you guys think? Thank you, Sherry. Hey, Lana, are you still with us? She's on the same time zone as me. Okay, so now we're going to flip this back around this way. I didn't expect you to be in here at all tonight, Sherry, because it's a Thursday night. So I wasn't expecting you to be here. Okay, so we're laying this piece up here. And by the way, did you guys see these actually came out really pretty? These are the blue mica. The only thing I wasn't happy about, look what this one did in the mold, and there was nothing there. And then there are two other ones like this. That one sort of got a dent in it too, and I don't know why. Trying to see. Okay, here's the other bigger one. And I use mica powder, blue and gold mica powder. Let me reach down here, folks. I got to reach down and get. What is weird, Sherry? What are you saying is weird? Oh, because of what it did? I don't know, and it was in this right here, this resin mold. So I don't know, maybe it had an air pocket. That could have been due to an air pocket. Air pockets will do that in resin. And clay too. A lot of people don't watch their clay and they'll get air pockets in it and they'll have holes. Okay. Oh, I lost this. My hematite. Now where did my other new blue piece go? Well, anyway, I figured that it would be either a necklace or a ring out of these three until I can figure out. I guess I can put a stone or something in the middle of that and do one for this too if I wanted it to be matching earrings. Just put a stone in both of them where you can't see that. No, actually there isn't, especially where that one appeared. That one was in the bottom of the mold. So it wasn't up on the top where you could take air in a straw or use a lighter or a torch to pop the bubbles in it. Heat will take the bubbles out of the resin. That's why these people buy these expensive resin bubblers so that they don't have any bubbles in their resin. So can everybody see that I actually got all this pretty cleaned up? There isn't a bunch of gunk on my thing anymore. And I have a lot of my tools here. And this one here, I wasn't happy because the back got this lip on it. So I'm thinking about sanding that off. But I thought it turned out really pretty. And I like the 3D illusion of the moon, which kind of makes the moon kind of come out there. I thought it turned out pretty well, and that it will be really pretty on a chain with some blue stones. And that's made with my blue regular resin mixed with blue mica powder, and gold mica powder is what I use. Thank you. I think they're pretty too. So we got the chain. Now we get the fun part again. I have to cut that little wire in order to what? Hook and attach these jump rings to this tiny chain. As soon as I can find it, folks, I have silver wire this small also. So, but I'm having to use this to do it because I would make silver jump rings that would fit that chain. But I'm down, that jump ring is down to a size 20. That's really small. I thought for sure it would fit the chain, and I guess I got fooled. So we're just cutting off about 4, 8, about 12 fingers, which I guess would be about a 6-inch piece. But I'm going to cut it in half because we're going to use it for 2 jump rings, one on each end. And then we will make the clasp. I'll measure this so it's meets up with each end, meets up together. This wire is soft enough you can straighten it with your hands. You don't have to use the nylon pliers. And we're just going to cut it right in the center there. Looks like one might be a little bit longer, but we're using it to put the jump rings on, so it's not a big deal. There we go. We're going to drop the jump ring right on there. I'm going to try to. Get on my finger. Put it right through there, right there. And then we're going to take this chain, one end of it, and put this on the wire. I'm keeping it back to try to keep it where you guys can see what I'm actually doing to create this. See, there you go. It went right on it. Whoops. But you see how small that is. I mean, it is freaking tiny. Thanks, guys, for all the thumbs up. Welcome in Sherry's Owl fan club family and Sherry Palmer. Okay, so I'm going to pull this over to here because we're trying to get that ring to be at the end of the wire. And I decided to try to make this as short as possible tonight because it is Thanksgiving, folks. I don't want you to have to spend your holiday unless you want to with me. Okay, now I'm going to cut it as close as I can. And then I'm going to take this piece right here that you see on the very tippy tip, that little tip of copper wire. I'm going to take my needle nose chain pliers. I'm going to bend it back and end. And I'm going to squish it right on there. I was surprised I didn't see Walk in the Rain here tonight, but it is a holiday. All right, there we go. And then I'm going to take it through here and squeeze it up again. All right, so now we have this jump ring on. Well, I thought we did. Oh, no. Okay, well, here we go again. And get the wire. Put it through here. Sorry. Put it through here. Wow, come on. It's so tiny. All right, we're going to put it through there. Then we're going to put the jump ring on here. And I'm going to make sure this little jump ring is closed because that could be what the problem is. It's not closed and I didn't realize it. I thought it was. Take that and my square nose pliers. Awesome. Thank you so much, Sherry. So we're going to, everybody, Lana, Wilhat, Sherry, Launch. We're going to close this up, this jump ring here. Hold it right there at the tip. Whoops, trying to make it so you guys can see. And you're just going to wiggle it back and forth until it closes up. See there? And it closed right up. All right. I'm just pressing it some to make sure. And then we're going to take this piece where we've thread through the teeny wire, which keeps falling out. That's how small this chain is too. All right. There we go. I got it back in the chain. We're bending it up in the chain. Sorry, I'm trying to hold in front of the camera so you can see. And we got the one that I just closed. We're going to drop it over the copper 24 gauge wire that I'm having to use in order to get these on there. Guys, don't forget to thumb up the live and make sure you subscribe if you're not already subscribed to my channel. More awesome stuff coming, and I'm wishing everybody a happy Thanksgiving today and all the blessings and abundance that you can handle, and then some. We all need that. All right, so I'm taking this and I'm tightening it by twisting it with the needle nose pliers like that. All right, so that now is on the wire, on the chain, I mean. This is like a 2 millimeter or 1 millimeter. I mean, it's tiny, but it's really sturdy chain. It is awesome. I need to make some teeny jump rings that I can get that will fit it. And we're going to cut it about right there. I don't want to cut it too short because I don't want it to break off and drop the ring off again. And then we're going to press this down, squish it down, squeeze that, and squish it down here. So I don't want it to get hung on anybody's. See there? That let go of it again. Oh my goodness. Okay, guys, we're going to try one more time to get this wire on here where it doesn't drop off. All right. I'd take a drink of soda, folks. I'm dying of thirst. I hope everybody had a good Thanksgiving. Lana, I hope you had a real good Thanksgiving, you and your mom. Okay, so I'm working on the Faux Obsidian Black Golden Gemstone. And it does match up. If you look that up under Google, it matches that. So my formula for making that turned out right, even though when a video ago I said it looked more like labradorite, and it did under the light that cured the resin. But it does actually look like what it is, which is the Black Golden Obsidian Faux Polymer Stone set in a copper bezel. Okay, we're going to try this again. That is so strange. I don't know why that keeps happening. So that chain there, that hoop there is closed. Try this again. Another piece of small wire. Going to thread it through again. Maybe I'm just cutting it way too short and it's causing it to come off instead of stay on there. Don't want that to happen. I always warranty my jewelry. Okay, we're going to use this jump ring right here. Drop it down. I'm going to squish these ends together as tight as I can get them. And then I'm going to use my flat nose pliers. Squeeze that together. Sorry, I tried to get back into frame, guys. I'm sorry. I'm going to just turn that, twist it. So it has a nice twist going on there to help it stay on. And then I'm going to, I'm actually going to this time take this and bend it over. Use my fingers and pull it back through here another time so that hopefully it will not come off this time. Wow. Okay. Push that over that and through there. Oops, sorry. I'm trying to make it so you guys can see what I'm doing. You push it round and through that hole again. We're going to pull this ring right here. Try and do it with the pliers so you guys can see it better. Right like that. There we go. And then I'm going to wrap it around here like this. Which I normally don't do this, but I do not want it to come off again. I'm going to smush that down so it's not so obvious looking. Nice and tight. And then we're going to cut this right here. There we go. And we got it on. Yay. A little bit of a brass holder there with the silver, but that's okay because it's copper this anyway, so it kind of goes together. Let me get that pressed down some. Hey folks, don't forget to like, share, and make sure you thumb up the live. I really appreciate that. And hang out. A lot of fun stuff going on here tonight. A lot of creations. I'm going to bend that over. And I'm wishing everybody a happy, happy Thanksgiving. I know I had plenty to eat, and I'm a vegan. So I know those turkey days. I had them. But there's always something to be grateful for, and that's what it's all about. Family, friends, and what? Being grateful, and thanks for everything that you have that's positive in your life. Okay, now we're going to make another one on this end, another jump ring on this end. Try not to use so much of that copper wire this time. And then we will make the clasp for it. So can everybody hear me all right? Just let me know in the live you can hear me okay. Type in I can hear you okay, or yes, I can hear you. I appreciate that if you do that. I didn't realize my sound was low. So tell me if everybody can hear me okay. Thank you, Will Hat. I didn't know my sound was so low. Okay. So now we are getting ready to put a jump ring in this end. And thank you for being here, Will Hat. I really appreciate it. We're going to put a jump ring in this end and a holder, and the Obsidian Faux Black Obsidian Golden will be done. As done as it's going to be for this round. And then I'm going to try and do the earrings with the picture jasper and Tagger Eye. Okay. So let me get another piece of the thinner 24 gauge copper wire in order to hook this jump ring in. And when I'll be so glad when I find the silver that I know that is the same size as this copper, but I have to use this because this is what I have. And I'm just using the nylon pliers to straighten it out. Work hardened a little bit because this is really soft. And then we're going to clip it. And that's about 7 fingers. So about 4 inches maybe. Okay, now we're going to get this through this part of the chain. This is such a tiny chain. It's insane. Okay, there we go. But I got it right on, so that's great. And we're just going to bend it up. I'm going to get the jump ring and drop that on. Need to make sure it only goes on one side so it doesn't come off. And then we're going to pinch this together right down here at the end. Make sure everybody can see that. Sorry if it's blurring. Okay, and then we're going to turn this round and round. And it's going to fall off. So I need to make sure that that jump ring is closed. And it obviously has a little hair gap right there. You can see it. It's so small, it's hard to see sometimes. Hey, Walk in the Rain, how are you? I'm on Eastern Standard Time. And Sherry is on, she's an hour behind me. What time are you on? Walk in the Rain. Are you on Eastern Standard Time? I'm so glad to see you here. Thank you so much for being here. We're finishing up the necklace on the black faux obsidian that we all called labradorite, but when you see it properly in the proper light, once it's been cured, you can tell that it actually matches for the recipe that I created to make the black obsidian golden stone. I even Googled it. Just twisting this back and forth. Whoops. There we go. That should be closed now. So happy to see you here walking the rain. Yeah, it does have the flash, and especially under the lighting in here and under the other. But if you hold it flat, it actually does look like the black obsidian. And I think it's the gold mica that I put in it that actually gave it that flash. But yes, it does have a flash like a labradorite. But it does match as a black obsidian gemstone, golden gemstone. Either way, it's still pretty. So there you go. Thank you so much, Walking Rain. So we're going to try to get this twisted around here. I'm going to do it with my hands to begin with. And I hope and pray that I can find my silver wire that is this same gauge, so I don't have to keep using this in order to fit this chain. So there we go. It's in there now. Hopefully it will not come out. And we're going to clip this right there. And then I'm going to take my flat nose and kind of smush it and then smush it down and bend it around so it doesn't get caught in anybody's hair or on their neck if they're wearing it. There we go. All right, so that's on there. Great, and now we're going to make the clasp. And I'll show you this too. The one that I have on my neck, just so you can see Walk in the Rain, because you weren't in here earlier. So this is the one from the Halloween thing, but I did get it on up here so everybody can see. I thought it turned out really well and that it was pretty. If you can see that all right. And I made a clasp for it. So that's sort of the same clasp we're going to make for the black obsidian golden stone. Yeah. I have to pull it around front because I can't see to get it off. There we go. It should come off now. There we go. So I'll show you this too. Yeah, thank you. I do too. So like, this is a simple clasp that was made for this. And I actually think these are easier to hook on your neck when you're a woman trying to put a piece of jewelry on. I know I have that problem when I'm using, even though I love lobster claws, when I'm using them, they're hard as heck to get on. And that just slides over just like that. And you just, if you want it tighter, you can just push it down with your hands and make it tighter. So that one has its clasp and everything. And I think it came out really well. And it makes it easier to put on. than a lobster clasp. I don't know how many of you have ever fought with that little click on the lobster clasp, but I have, and it's a nightmare. And you'll think you got it, and you're trying to use your fingernail and everything else to open that little lobster clasp, and then it's hooked on forever unless you got a chain cutter. Or you can see what you're doing because you're usually hooking it on the back of your neck. Thank you so much, Sherry and Walk in the Rain. You guys are awesome. I'm so glad to see you here tonight, Walk in the Rain. I was just asking about you before you got in. If you read my post, though, I'm pretty good at posting up there when I'm going live or if the live has had to be canceled for any reason. And I don't know if you noticed, Walk in the Rain, but I sure got a lot of my mess cleaned up and got my stuff organized now, pretty much. I just don't have everything. And I found out that my oven with the blue thing in it before, that actually has been on it since it was new, and it's silver. It's not blue. I'm glad it actually was on there because it got all the resin all over it, and then I had to clean the resin off, and I could peel it right off there. It was great. Okay, so now we're going to make the clasp for this one. I'm thinking about, I made that clasp, but I'm thinking about making a more S-style clasp. We're using 20 gauge para wire. I mean, no, we're using 18 gauge para wire to make, which usually really doesn't turn it. I've never had it turn on me. It's great wire. And no, they don't sponsor me, but I love it. And Vaughn is the one who got me started on this wire. And I kind of don't want to use anything else, to be honest with you. It's the best wire I've ever used. It's the easiest to work with. So this is 18 gauge. And we're going to take the nylon pliers and just straighten it out a little bit. And by the way, I don't know if anyone heard earlier, but when you do this, it actually work hardens the wire. So just be careful. As it gets too hard, sometimes it's hard to work with. And that's one of the reasons para wire is so nice, is because it's so flexible and an easy wire to shape. No, she's not riding the new vacuum yet. But thank you for feeling much better than I was. I got an antibiotic and stuff. I got some kind of stomach virus. Church friends came over, my ministering sister and brother, and I didn't even get a hug because they knew I was sick. So anyway, yes, Lana, I had a wonderful Thanksgiving. I hope everybody else did too. I hope that all your blessings and your family and everything else that you enjoyed today, that you were grateful for all of that. So I'm just bending this up like this. This sort of helps make it even. And then I'm going to cut off, I don't know, that's about 1.5 inches, maybe 3 centimeters. And then we're going to cut way down a little lower. And I keep these scraps, by the way, because they're great for using for other projects or even stirring resin if you don't have a toothpick. But I suggest a toothpick or a tongue suppressor, as I call them. So we're going to use the barrel nose pliers. I did find one pair in my barrel nose. If I can find the others, I'll be happy too. And we're going to, in this one, we're going to grab it right here. You just put the wire right to the edge. You don't want it stuck through there. You want it right to the edge. And you're going to bend it around until it's sort of like that. And then we'll squeeze that like that. And we got a little hook there. And then we're going to take this in. We're going to do the same thing, only it's going to go around and round like we're making a jump ring. There you go. I usually do about 3 or 4, even though it doesn't look like it. Actually, up being one. See there? It's almost like a lollipop. And it's sort of an S. But I bring my S out with a long tail because I want to bend this back right here, just like this, until it's down like that. See there? And it's an elongated S hook. I'm going to take this in, trying to make sure. If I'm facing the camera, it would be the right chain on the right side that will go in here under this loop. And I usually just push the loop back. Whoops, sorry, just push the loop back so it kind of opens it. And then you hook the jump ring around there like that. And then you're going to bring this back. So I'll use my flat nose pliers to pull this back, because we want it to kind of match up on there. Whoops, sorry, we want it kind of to match up on there. And pull it back. And then we're going to smush it right there. And push down at the same time. And that should not come out, folks. That should stay on there. And then we're going to take this in as the hook and eye part. And I'm going to do this a little bit more here. Make sure you use the 2mm end of your barrel nose. Okay, and then we're going to take this in like this. Whoops, got my needle nose pliers hung up in there, chain needle nose, the extended ones. And then you're going to take this in and put it through here just like that. And there you go. You now have a hook and clasp for your chain. And I believe this one is long enough. Yep. This one's long enough that I can actually slip it over my head. So I'm going to turn it around so you guys can see. It's hard for me to see. And I will get back some because it's about 20 inches, 20 to 22 inches. I mean, you can, if you want, you could take it up a few notches. But I like it to hang down here with this piece because it's such a big piece. It's sort of a statement piece. I think it's really pretty. And like I said, it also, like I said, it does look like a black golden obsidian. It does not look like that flash other when you have it under the light. Let's see if I can bring that up closer so you guys can see. Well, maybe not. Maybe too close is too close. But as you can see, I think it looks really pretty. So what does everybody think? Do you like this? Do you think this chain is too long? Or I thought, well, see, it came apart now. It's not supposed to do that. It must have slipped off the S hook. But that's the one thing that makes it so nice to wear. And with this necklace, you can close it pretty tight and just slip it over your head because it is about 20 inches. Exactly, walk in the rain. No tiny clasp for me either. And believe it or not, I love the lobster clasps, and I do have them somewhere, but they are some of the hardest to open and close. And I bought really expensive 929 sterling silver ones and had them lock up and break and everything else. Thank you, Lana. Thank you so much. And so we're going to work now. Yeah. Oh, my gray hair, right. Okay, so now we're going to work on the picture jasper. So I got this right now. Just to let you know. Walk in the Rain. It is picture jasper. I really love it. It's super pretty. And we're going to, now I was thinking faux turquoise on the bottom, tiger eye on the top. I do have a picture where I did that. Yeah, they are, Lana, and they're hard to open and close even if you don't. They're a real pain in the butt. And if you do your nails, which I used to do, okay, everybody? I used to do my nails all the time, and I had long fingernails. I mean, there's nothing worse than busting a nail on something like that or cracking your nail because of it. Very painful. And that's using a lobster clip. So I got to take a sip of my Diet Coke, everybody. Not an advertisement. I don't get paid. It's just to let you know I'm dying of thirst. That was good. Okay. Yeah, it is. If you have arthritis, it's even harder. So, these are real picture jasper. And these are real manganese, but they're manganese turquoise. And I wanted to put these on the bottom and the tiger eye on the top. I've done it before, and it really looks great together. What do you guys think? And this, of course, is a tiger eye. If I can get it to show to you. Oops, too far up. So tiger eye and the faux manganese turquoise on the bottom, or we can do the jade squares. But I've made them already. These two earrings, I've made a set like this before with the faux turquoise and the tiger eye on the top. Thank you so much, Willhat. Thank you so much. And thank you for being here. Thank you, everybody, for taking time out to be at my live tonight. Please remember to thumb up the video and like. And if you're not already subscribed, please make sure you subscribe. And most of my people I can see when they're subscribed because they're public subscribers. So sometimes I won't see you, but you might have subscribed, but you have your channel set private or something. I don't know. Because I keep looking for Walk in the Rain and I can't find her, and I know she subbed to my channel. It's such an honor to have everybody here on Thanksgiving, I guess, Day. It's not Eve anymore. Okay, so we're going to work on these. We've gotten this chain with this done. And actually, these earrings and this would all go together really well, I think. What do you guys think as a set? Whoops. And this is the blue moon that I made also out of resin a few nights ago with mica powder. I need to get that lip off the back. I sort of like that raised up, kind of it bushed out. I don't know what you call that. Almost like a elongated bubble. But it's pretty because it makes it more natural. Okay, so did everybody decide, is it going to be the square jade with the picture jasper, or are we going to use the manganese turquoise with the jasper? They would be hanging off the bottom of the picture jasper, and on the top would be the tiger eye. Sorry, top would be the tiger eye, the bottom would be either manganese turquoise or the jade stone. You guys tell me. What is, okay, Lana, I don't know what AFK means. Yeah, it did. It puffed up. That's what I said about that other piece that I did, which I was very upset because it did that, because all the rest of them turned out perfect. But this was in a mold upside down. That one almost did it, but this one did make like a hole, and none of the rest of them did it in the mold. And this was gold and blue mica powder put into, and you can actually see the gold if you look in it. So it has blue and gold mica powder mixed in UV resin. You're away from the keyboard. Okay. Oh, okay. I didn't know that's what it meant. Okay, you taught me something. That's what I thought, walk in the rain, a small stone, and then just put one on the other one too to match them. Okay, so we're going to use the 20 gauge parawire silver plated, which, like I said, it normally does not turn. It's really good about that. It's a wonderful wire that way. And I like that because silver turns. I've used sterling, I know, and I do sterling with some of my pieces, but it does turn, and people are like, oh, it turned black. Well, then you don't want to wear silver, sterling silver, because sterling silver will change with your body chemistry, or if you shower or use something, it'll cause the silver to tarnish. It's something that constantly requires cleaning, and this wire does not. So it makes it really nice. Okay, let me pull this back so everybody can see what I'm doing. We're going to take about four, about 8 fingers, which is likely about 6 inches, maybe 8. And we're going to fold this in 2 so that we can make it even, like that. I'm going to cut it right in the center. And each one of these is going to go down through the picture jasper. Along with it is going to be this beautiful tiger eye. I think they're just gorgeous. And you're going to stick that right down in the top of the picture jasper. Whoops, I got to find the hole. I'm going to push that all the way down in there and through the other side, like that. It's pretty simple. And on this end, I'm going to take this little lip. That's why I made that lip on each end. I'm going to wrap it around this 2 millimeter right here and twist it so it's all the way around, like that. And then we're just going to squeeze it right in here, flatten it out and squeeze it. And I'm going to clip off this little nip. You may have to, but you may not. If you clip it close enough, it's not going to hurt or stick anybody in the ear when they're wearing these. And you're going to press that right up there like that. See there? Is that cool or what? So now you automatically have a place where your earring wire is going to go in the top where they're going to hang from. There we go. It's clear now. Yeah, exactly, Walk in the Rain. Okay, so I think this is a really pretty combination. And like I said, I think you guys didn't answer, so I think the faux turquoise on the bottom, manganese faux turquoise, the picture jasper, and this, well, actually, it's not faux, it's real manganese, it's a gemstone. And I'm pulling off a few pieces because I'm going to try to get two pieces that look almost the same because I want them to match up on the bottoms. We're just going to see which one of these kind of match together. So these two, I think, kind of match together. That one's too flat. I think those two are pretty good. What do you guys think? I think so too. The turquoise manganese really goes with the picture jasper and the tagger. And I had a set of these before and I sold them. Actually, when I lived in Arizona, I sold them for like $35. And they're well worth it. They're very sturdy, they're very pretty, and they're just gorgeous. All right, awesome. So now we're going to put this through this hole. See how simple this is, guys? You can do this. You can do this. If you want, you can try to leave it where there's silver space. So we're going to pull it up to here again. And then we're going to use the barrel nose pliers. I'm going to use my nylon pliers first to straighten this out, guys and girls. It's really easy. It's an easy piece to make. And it's very pretty and stylish. So we're going to use that 2mm one again. And I'm just going to wrap, 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 and keep wrapping. I want to use this whole piece, and I'll show you why. And then we're going to squish it all together. Okay. Pull it off this way. And I'm going to mush this together like a little spring. See there? I'm going to use my flat nose pliers. Kind of mush it down a little. And twist it that way. And then that way. And we're going to put the ear wires on the top too. So I kind of turn it forward. I think that is really pretty. What do you guys think? With the tagger eye and everything. Get that tagger eye around where you can really see it because it really pops with that picture jasper. So turquoise, picture jasper, and tagger eye. And I want to make the next one the same way, and then we're going to add the ear wires for our ears. So real simple wrap for a set of earrings, and they're really pretty, and they're extremely lightweight, so you don't have to worry about, because I know in the day my mother used to wear them, these big shell earrings. They actually tear the cartilage because of the weight. Yeah, they're gorgeous, but they're ripping your ear apart. I'd tell her, why would you buy that? She's like, but I love it. It's gorgeous. I said, yeah, you need lighter ones. They didn't do a lot of polymer clay back then. I do too. I really do, Walk in the Rain. Guys, give me just a second. I'll be right back. I'll focus you on that for the second. And where is, oh, here's the other tagger eye. I just think these tagger eyes are so pretty. And you can see it's just a 1, 2, 3 and a wire through it and a hoop on one end and then a spring hoop on the bottom. You want to make it almost like you're going to make jump rings. And then you'll squish it together and push it up. And then it looks like a little spring off the bottom. It's real cute and pretty. No problem, Walk in the Rain. Everybody, I'm going to be right back. I have to go grab me something to drink. My back is killing me tonight. It's one of those nights. But we're getting this, and I think that's really pretty. And also, believe it or not, I think this piece here, this is a piece of manganese jasper. That would make a wonderful earring and necklace set. It's almost perfectly matched. So let me go do that and get my cat Star down, who's going to try and leap on the table over here. Oh, come on, Star. Come on, baby. Get down for mommy. Come on. Good girl. And I have to get up for a minute anyway so I can walk. I get too stiff if I sit too long. So I'm coming right back, folks. Give me just a second. Gotta grab me something to drink. I don't have a Randy to yell, Randy, get me something. I'd ask Star to do it, but she doesn't quite know how to, Kitty Star. Okay, so what does everybody think about those earrings that I'm doing right now with the picture jasper, the tiger eye, and the manganese manganese turquoise. And then I showed you that stone for the middle, which is another style of manganese. Thank you, Lana. And I do think this goes really well with him. To be honest with you, I think that's really pretty. It really matches good with the earrings. So we're getting ready to do this one. And it's a 1, 2, 3 thing. And like you're making jump rings on the end. It's real simple. Thanks, Lunch. And again, guys, thank you so much for being here. Don't forget to thumb up the live. And if you're not subscribed, please subscribe. More fun stuff coming. And thank you for being here and spending your evening of Thanksgiving with me at Organic Silver Moon Designs. Artist and Canvas Creations by Lydia. And they're always mixed media. Okay, so let's work on this other picture here and that. The reason, here is another one, but see how different they all look, because these are natural, real gemstones, so they all look really different. But this was the closest I could get to this one, match-wise, and that one's got a lot of lines in it. This one has some, so that's good. That works. Well, that sounds good, Launch. Sounds delicious. Okay, so now we're working with 20 gauge parawire silver, and we're going to thread on this round tiger eye. Whoops. Do it from this end, not that end. I'm going to thread it up to there. And then we're going to put this through the picture jasper. There's a hole in the top of this bead. These are real gemstones, folks, including the turquoise on the bottom, which is a manganese turquoise. And we're going to put the manganese on now. Right here. Through the hole. Whoops, sorry. Through the hole there, like that. And then we're going to hold this up here on the top, because we're going to make like a little hoopy hoop right here on the top of this one also. Whoops. Trying to make it so you guys can see that. All right. And so we're going to use the barrel nose pliers, the 2.5 millimeter one, which is the smaller one, not the big one. They both look big, but it's this little teeny one next to the bead. And we're going to catch it right at the end. We don't want to go way up. We want it right at the end when we go to wrap it, which you can make it a little clumsy sometimes doing it. So you might want to hold the beads and the wire And just start wrapping around like that. And you just keep going in a circle like that. Okay. So you got sort of a little popsicle or lollipop look there. I'm going to use my flat nose to kind of get this to the shape I want it. There we go. And then we're going to cut this tip off right here. This tip here, so it doesn't scratch or catch anybody on their ear or their neck. These make great gifts. They're not that hard to make. You just have to get your supplies together to do it. And we're going to mash it again. Once that's clipped, then we're going to turn this over on this end. Make sure you straighten it out. And then, thank you, Lana. I think it's really pretty too. I'll see you in a moment. Walk in the rain. Okay, so we're going to take this 2mm again. And we're going to catch it right down here on the end. It's a little frustrating because you have to go right to the end to do it. You just want to keep turning your wrist around and sliding the barrel nose pliers. And then we're just going to keep working it and working it. Because what we're doing, it looks like we're going to make a bunch of jump rings on this, but we're not. We're making like a spring bottom on it, which looks really pretty. And it helps hold it. Just get that as tight as you can. And that's how it looks. Then we'll take the flat nose pliers, kind of squish it together. And then we'll turn it like that. I think that's really pretty, that look. And then all we have to do is make the earring wires for the top, which by having 20 and 21 gauge, that's perfect ear wire. You want to have between 20 and 22 gauge wire for making the ear wire. I think these look really pretty, and anyone would love to wear them. They almost look Southwest. Very earthy looking though. Very gorgeous, I think. Trying to make it so you guys can really see it. So it's picture jasper, tiger eyes, and turquoise. Folks, don't forget to thumb up the live if you're in here, and don't forget to like and share, and make sure you subscribe. There'll be more fun, fascinating jewelry and art. So I think these make great gift. You also, though, if you like the green jade, you could use this too. It's actually really pretty too. Has like a white green look. It's really gorgeous. Just polish it up a little bit and it's beautiful. Okay, so give me just a second and we're going to make the ear wires for this set of earrings. I take a sip of my cola. And Star, by the way, like the country outside of Vegas, beautiful desert colors. Exactly, Walk in the Rain. You got it. You got it. I love natural and desert. So Star is she's making sure that I'm doing my job, aren't you, Star? Say hi to everybody. She said, I got my eye on her. No, 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 no. Don't come down here. Have to watch her because if I say something, sometimes she'll come right down the middle of it. Okay, so give me just a second, and we're going to make the wires for the top of these earrings. Very simple. We're going to make it out of 20 gauge, and we'll have, I'm thinking about a kidney design. I'm not sure if I want to do a kidney wire or not, or a small round wire. Trying to think what's going to look best. And we may add a couple more jump rings because I do want these to be able to kind of sway back and forth. We don't just want it to stick straight down. Yeah, exactly. And sit on her chair. It's her chair, not mine. And I have got, by the way, guys, look at this. Not showing off skin here, but let's see if I can get this to, wait. I have got blue all over me. Can everybody see that? That is from that resin. And I just cleaned that off. That's not from a few nights ago. I just got that resin on me tonight. And that was from this blue powder that did that. Just on everything. Mica blue powder, but it's gorgeous. This powder is gorgeous, and it's not glow in the dark. It's Jacquard mica blue powder. Okay, give me just a second here, folks. I'm working on this. Got you guys looking at this. And also I have what I believe this is called a bumblebee tree stone. I'll have to look it up again. It's been a while. I've had it for a while. Even that would look gorgeous with that, guys, as a necklace. I don't know how well you can see that, but it's just gorgeous. It looks like it's green, but I'm telling you, it's like a brown desert. Why it's looking green, I don't know. But it really looks green in the camera. And I'm not colorblind either. So I'm wondering, let me see something here. Fruit jasper, you very well may be correct. And let's see here. It's been a while because some of this stuff is older. Highlight, green screen, mute, flip, retouch, retouch on, retouch off. Where is the light one? Oh, there we go, the light one. Well, it does have some green for sure, but it also looks brown. It's deceptive. It looks brown and orange, folks. I kid you not, it looks brown and orange. But the green must really pop in it and come out. But it's really gorgeous. That would go well with that also. All right. Just a second here. I'm getting my wire ready to do the ear wires on these. Yes, I believe you are correct. It's fruit jasper. Thank you, Lana. I try to use all real gemstones, folks. So it was a real reach out on the ledge to do the faux obsidian golden stone because I try to use all real stones. So if I don't, then I have to let people know they're faux because you don't want to sell something to someone and they think it's something else and then they find out, oh, that's not a real gemstone. You should never do that to people. I guess there are people out there do that, but I'm not doing it. And if I sell it, I tell people it's not a real gemstone if it's not a real gemstone. But if they're real gemstones, you're going to know it because there is a difference in prices for real gemstones versus faux polymer clay. Okay, now what am I looking for? You guys are great. Thank you for being here for Thanksgiving, working on the Bohemian Black Golden Obsidian, getting the chain on it, also fixing the blue like batwing. It almost looks like I gotta say, it almost looks like a shark tooth or some kind of other wing, but it is gorgeous. The bluish green necklace I did also from the Halloween one, the extended Halloween. So we got that one finished, and then we got the faux golden obsidian onyx polymer clay. Boy, that's a mouthful. In the copper setting on a silver chain. But it was fun making it. I also have some other pieces that I will probably use for a necklace and something else. This actually is real amber, folks. This is real amber. It almost looks like candy, but it's genuine amber. And everybody knows what amber's made out of, right? Yeah, it probably was from India. I've gotten a lot of beautiful stones, including labradorite from India. Yes, exactly. You got it. It comes from tree sap. It's this tree that set, went, and in fact, a lot of them were in the ocean. This is actually an expensive little piece of gemstone, but I love it. I think it's gorgeous, and I'm just deciding what to add with it. I mean, those tree jaspers, like they go with everything that's natural. I don't know. I think it is from the sap, but I thought it was from the tree changing to stone. It's prehistoric. Amber is prehistoric, like in Jurassic Park. Okay, give me a second. I'm going to be working on air wires for the tree jasper and tiger eye with manganese turquoise. Exactly, like petrified. I don't know if it's sap. They say it's petrified tree, but I know that jasper is super expensive, and that piece was not cheap. So when I redo it and get ready, it'll be put on a sterling silver chain. And I will weigh it and look at the prices for those stones right now because I bought that a while back. Okay, let's see here. We need this wire, which is our para wire, 20 gauge, and we're going to make ear wires for our earrings that we just created tonight, which I thought came out really pretty. Okay. I'm going to use where are my nylon pliers? And I just had them here. Here they are. Duh. Okay. And believe it or not, guys, the desk is really cleaned up and cleaned off, including the towel. I got all the resin off of it before I came on tonight and everything. So I'm just work hardening this a little bit. And I'm going to try to match it up, because we want these to match as close as possible to ear wires. This does kind of sort of work harden it as it straightens it out using the nylon pliers. And that is about 6 inches, maybe a little more, not much. All right. I'll spin these up like this. Get it even as possible. There we go. So this should be a much more fulfilling Thanksgiving finish up on everything and creating something new tonight video for everybody. Well, it's not. It's a real stone. It's from petrified wood. Amber is from petrified wood. I don't think you could eat it unless you want to bust your teeth. But okay. All right. So now we're going to work on making the ear wire. I'm going to try to match them. I'm going to work these around like this. Okay. Try to hold that there because I want to make sure these are a little more even. And then we're going to use the barrel nose pliers. Whoa. I got to do them this way. And I'm turning it in this way. Whoa. Whoops. See, that one needed to go with it, and it didn't. So I'll try turning it without it. There we go. They're almost the same. Okay. And we're pressing these down this way. And we're going to put it up like that. And then we're going to cut these. There we go. Just sort of pressing that down. Kind of work hard in it. There we go. As this is 20 gauge, so we want it to be as sturdy as possible. And if you work hard in it with the nylon pliers, it really helps. All right. I'm going to cut off this one. It's a little long there, and it shouldn't be, but it is. Just going to get that right there. Perfect. And I'm going to press this together. There we go. Set, oops, together. Just pressing down on that. Can everybody see this okay? Yeah, Launch knows a lot of cool stuff about food. He really does. Okay, so we got these. Try putting this down a little further. Yeah. Where it's much closer to what we're doing. Hey, everybody, remember to remember to thumb up the live. And don't forget that you need to do it now while I'm live. And also subscribe if you're not already subscribed, folks. And happy Thanksgiving. I'm so glad to have everybody in here. It's a real pleasure. Okay, so now This is the part, your ear. Did I go off? It said I'm live now. Did you guys stop seeing me? Can everybody hear me? Please say hello that you can hear me because it said you are live now. It's like we had a little blip. So anyway, if everybody can see this part is the part that you just bend it up just a little bit right here. And that's the part that goes through your ear, like that. And then this goes through the earring. And we're going to put this down. Let's see if I can do this right. I'm going to put it down like this. And I'm going to open this part back up right here so it clips into that. That way you don't have to use another jump ring. You just pull it apart there and pull it around like that. How about that? Woohoo! And then we're going to close that. Everybody here, everybody say hello. It said I was live and then it dinked. Launch, Will Hat, Lana, Walk in the Rain. Sherry, please say that you hear me. Okay, so these are the Desert Tree and Tiger Eye. There we go, right like that, nice and tight. And then we're going to squish down on here. Make sure that's flattened down some. There we go. And this part of the ear wire actually goes through your ear. You just stretch it up and put it through your ear. Let me see. I don't even know if either one of my holes in my ear are still open. I haven't wore earrings in a while. Yep. Woohoo. Okay, guys, I'm going to spin this around. And you guys can see the earrings in my ear. See there? It just goes through your ear wire and then it clips right there, comes through right there, and it's hooked on to the Tiger Eye, the Desert Jasper, and manganese, turquoise manganese with a little thing there. I think that's really pretty. What do you guys think? I like them a lot. They're really pretty. So we're going to do the other one, and then I'll put both earrings in and you can see them. I think they look really pretty. What do you guys think? All right. Hey guys, please say hello. I just showed you me wearing the earrings. I was able to get it through my ear hole, thank God. It's been a while since I had earrings in. Now we're going to put this through here in the hole. We're going to bring it all the way down, folks, and this should be open enough so that that can go on the end there. Okay? And then we're going to turn it this way, like that. And we're going to press it down to close it. And then we're going to squeeze it again, because we want to make sure that it doesn't come apart. I think that looks really pretty. What do you guys think? Did I lose anyone? It says I have 6 people in here and 7 thumbs up. Guys, someone say hello. So I know you're still here watching my live on this Thanksgiving, Thursday, November the 27th, 2025. We're just smishing that down, kind of work hardening it right there. There we go. Then we're going to bend this end up a little more, like I said, because that's the end that's going to go through your ear hole in your ear, ladies. Okay, there we go. And this is 20 gauge pair wire. It does not turn, and it's perfect for earrings. Okay, guys, I'm flipping the camera around again. And I'm going to put this earring in my other ear so you can see them both on and see how they look. I think they look great. Okay, just a second here. Takes a minute, especially when you haven't had any holes in your ears in a while. Goodness. Come on now. Wow. It's been a while since I had a hole in my ear, so that's why I'm having a hard time. See? Should be right there. Come on now. Hey guys, can somebody say hi in the chat? Please type hi in so I know that you can hear me. I'm trying to get this earring in this ear so you guys can see them. Wow, my hand's cramping up. I'm working on it. Hey guys, will somebody say hello for me in the live so I know you're here, please? Walk in the Rain, are you back? Need to straighten this out a little bit. It's having a hard time because of the hole in my ear. Okay, try this again. Wow, come on. I can't see either, so that's part of the problem. Anyway, you guys get the idea. Here's the one earring in my ear, because I'm struggling to get that other one in. So is everybody still here? Can everybody hear me? Walk in the Rain, Will Hat, Lana. We're almost done. We're just finishing up these earrings. Wow. And I just wanted to again wish everybody a happy Thanksgiving that celebrates it. Wow. Come on now. Come on, guys. I know you're still here. Somebody speak up. We are still live. It says there's 3 in my room. Somebody, please speak up. Tell me you can hear me okay. This is Organic Silver Moon Designs. We have been working on a black faux onyx golden stone in a copper bezel, along with a set of earrings with picture jasper, tiger eye, and turquoise, manganese turquoise on silver parawire. Somebody say hello, please. Launch, it says you're number 1 in chat. Wow, I just cannot get that one earring in. Oh, well. My ears have closed up because I haven't been wearing earrings enough. But I do have the one earring in, and you guys can see how it hangs, and it sort of has a dangle, and it's really pretty. I think it looks really good. I think everyone will like these, and they're easy and simple to make, and they're not that expensive, and definitely a statement piece if you're a woman who loves earrings, which I used to always wear earrings. So, and they sort of have a dangle, and they're on silver parawire, 20 gauge, and then of course tiger eye, picture jasper, and manganese turquoise, and then a little pearl on the bottom like a corkscrew. So I just wanted to say thank you everybody for coming in. I wish somebody would say hi so that I know you're okay and you guys can hear me, because my net dropped for a few seconds, but it came right back. So anyway, that is going to be it for tonight, folks. I thank you for coming in. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Thank you for being so cheerful and being here tonight. And I about messed this one up because I was trying to get it in my ear, and my ear just did not want to take it. But that's okay. I can straighten it back out. All right, let me use my wire. These nylon wire pliers really do help. And these are sort of like a kidney earring hoop. And so they're a matching set. I think they're really pretty. I think they turned out excellent. So did the faux. Oops, sorry. I meant to turn that back over there. So did the faux black golden obsidian on the copper bezel with the silver chain. Came out wonderful. So did the jasper, tree jasper, tiger eye, and manganese turquoise on silver, parasilver wire. They're just gorgeous. They came out gorgeous. So everybody, just thank you so much for coming in. Thank you for being here. It says I have 7 in the room and 7 thumbs up. I couldn't ask for any more. And I did actually put the earring in for you guys, but nobody responded when I said, please say hello, so I know you're still in the room, because it was like it dropped out just a few seconds, and then it goes, you're live. So I don't know what that all that was about. It could have been a glitch on YouTube. So it's been great. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Thank you so much for coming in here. Please don't forget to like the live. Make sure that you subscribe. If you're not already subscribed, it's been a great night. And if you haven't seen this, rewatch it. So take care, everyone. Happy Thanksgiving. It's been a pleasure to be with you. I'm Organic Silver Moon Designs. I'm a jewelry and a canvas artist. Mixed media is my expertise. And I love doing these lives and helping other people learn, because it's beautiful and it's great and it's fun. So happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Thank you, Lana. Thank you, Sherry. Thank you, Launch. Thank you, Walk in the Rain. Thank you, everyone who came in. And have a great and happy New Year's. New Year's. I got New Year's on the brain. Everybody have a great and happy Thanksgiving. And I really appreciate you all coming in. So good night for now, folks. Thank you so much. Again, there are the 3 pieces that we created tonight. The black onyx, the black obsidian golden piece in a copper bezel on a silver chain. And then, of course, the tiger eye up here and the picture jasper and manganese turquoise on silver parawire. Really great. Thank you so much. Have a great night. Thank you again, everybody. Thank you for all my room moderators, and thank you for being here tonight. Good night, everybody. Happy crafting and arting. Don't give up. Keep trying. It's worth it and it's fun. I thank you for being here. It's been a pleasure. Good night, everybody. Thank you for coming. Happy crafting and arting. Bye for now.